Oh, hey, how are y'all doing? Welcome to my house. Well, we're gonna do some learning today. This is, I guess, our office. If you wanna look around, you can real quick. The desk, the window. Come on back now, come on back over here. Okay, well, today I was sitting here relaxing, reading Where Did All the Dinos Go? Because our spotlight letter is D or D. Okay, so let's look at some words with D in them. We have dog, dot, D. What letter is that? Huh? O. What's that? What's that letter? What do you think? That's right. G. So it makes G. Dog. Close the word. And then this letter is what? Let me hear you. D. What's that letter? O. And oh, Timmy Tiger, let me see your t. Close the word, dot. Okay, so let's practice writing our D's. Our D's start with uppercase D. Start at the top, go all the way down, and then loop around. A lowercase d, you make a circle and a line directly behind. Uppercase D, line and loop around. Lowercase d, circle and a line directly behind. All right, let's go down here. I have 3 letters in this row. We need to pick out the letter that's the D and circle it. Okay, let's look. Do we think this is the D? No, that's Katina Cat. C. Do we think this is a D? Looks kind of similar. No, that's Ally Alligator. This, ding, 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 is a D. D. Let's look at this one. Ooh, it's tricky. Ooh, it's really tricky. Do we think that is a D? What do you think? No, it's not a D. That's a Baba Bear, B, where the line goes before the circle. What do you think this one? Is that our D? Yeah, that's our D. And what about this one? That's our A, Ally Alligator. Okay, guess what? I forgot some stuff at our school. So, I had to improvise today with our word of the day. Word of the day. Since I forgot my book, I made my own word of the day. The word of the day. Ooh, it's with a deer. Let's stretch out the word and see if we can figure out what word this is. So it's deer. What's that next sound? Ooh, and then what's the end sound? Let's close the word. Do y'all know? Doctor. Like if you're sick and you might go to the doctor, and the doctor might listen to your heart or look in your ears. Doctor. Or if you're just well and your mom and dad want to make sure you're growing right, you would go to the doctor. And doctor starts with a D. Okay, what I want y'all to do now is find your black folder that I sent you home with. What I want you to do is go to the orange section that says phonics and find this. And what I want you to do is pause this video and practice writing your capital D's and your lowercase d's. And then in this section down here, you circle the capital D or the lowercase d in each one of these words. All right? So pause your video for 1 minute and find this with your mom or dad or grandma and grandpa and practice. Did y'all finish? Does it look great? How many D's did you make? I hope you made 4 or 5 D's just to practice along there. Okay, well save this, put it back in your folder, and you can bring it back to me when we come back in a couple weeks. Now, we are gonna read Never Ask a Dinosaur to Dinner. Oh my goodness, they are a mess. Never Ask a Dinosaur to Dinner. Now, this is the title page. Never Ask a Dinosaur to Dinner. Look at this. Just by the title of this book, do you think this book is a fiction book or a nonfiction book? Remember, fiction is like a fairy tale. It's not real. It's just a fun story. And nonfiction, it's real. It tells us real facts. So what do we think? Fiction, like a fairy tale, or nonfiction, real? Well, we'll think about it. Let's read the book. Never ask a dinosaur to dinner. Never ask a dinosaur to dinner. Really, never ask a dinosaur to dinner, because a T-Rex is ferocious and his manners are atrocious. And you'll find that if he's able, he'll eat the kitchen table. He'll grow fatter while the rest of you grow thinner. So never ask a dinosaur to dinner. Please don't share your toothbrush with a shark. Or really, please don't share your toothbrush with a shark. They've got so many rows of teeth on the top and underneath, and any self-respecting shark will want each little tooth to sparkle. If you rush him, he may make a rude remark. So please don't share your toothbrush with a shark. Never let a beaver in the sink. Really, never let a beaver in the sink. He'll block it up with sticks and mud. He'll turn the taps on till they flood and build a great big beaver dam and fill the whole thing up with salmon? Blech. And the water won't be very good to drink. So never let a beaver in the sink. Oh, gracious, please don't use a tiger as a towel. Really, please don't use a tiger as a towel. Because in case you have forgotten, tigers are not made of cotton. And although they'll fur quite thickly, they can get mad very quickly. And you'll find they have a rather scary growl. So please don't use a tiger as a towel. Never choose a bison for a blanket. Really, never choose a bison for a blanket. Because though it's warm and woolly, you'll find that it's a bully. And its hooves will be too clumpy, and its horns will make you grumpy, and by morning time you will not want to thank it. So never choose a bison for a blanket. Oh, gracious, please don't let a barn owl in your bed. Really, please don't let a barn owl in your bed. Looks cuddly though, doesn't he? Because the first thing you'll learn will be a barn owl is nocturnal. She will hunt for mice and hoot all night and leave your bed a dreadful sight. You'll wish that owl was in a barn instead, so please don't let a barn owl in your bed. Now here's how you can have a lovely sleep. Really, here's how you can have a lovely sleep. Say no to beaver, shark, and owl. Avoid the tiger and his growl. Steer clear of every dinosaur, and leave the bison at the bedroom door. These animals won't help you rest. At bedtime, here is what is best. stick to one teddy and a flock of sheep, and that's how you can have a lovely sleep. The end. Okay. So, never ask a dinosaur to dinner. Now, what do we think? Do we think it's just a story, fiction, a fairy tale? Or do we think it's nonfiction? Do we think it's real? What do you think? You're right. I think it's fiction. It's a fairy tale. But let's look at another book. This is another book about dinosaurs. It's the little kid's first big book of dinosaurs. Now, let's look at in here. We're not going to read this book today. We can look at these pictures. They're really cool. The little kid's first big book of dinosaurs. This has content. Now, this book is full of facts. It says in this chapter you'll read about small dinosaurs, big, giant, gigantic. It tells you the size and the scientific names of all the dinosaurs. This book is what type of book you think? Cora, what type of book do you think this is?
Nonfiction.
That's right. It is nonfiction. Okay? It is nonfiction. It is about real dinosaurs. Now, there are not any real dinosaurs alive today, but it's a book about when real dinosaurs lived and what they might have looked like. So this is nonfiction. This other dinosaur book we read today was fiction. It was just a fun story. You probably won't see a dinosaur or invite him over for dinner, but it's kind of fun to talk about that and read about that. And again, this is a nonfiction book. It's also fun to read about dinosaurs and what they might have looked like, but has real facts about what they really look like. So when we come back to school, I'm going to bring this book back so some of y'all can look at it, and this one too. Okay, last thing we're going to do today.
Oh, wait, Mom. Aren't alligators dinosaurs?
That is true. That is true. Thank you, Cora. Alligators are considered dinosaurs because they have been around since the dinosaurs. So, fun fact. Thank you, Cora Grace. Okay. Now, let's look at our 2 sight words, okay, for this week. Okay. Sight words, okay, we look at them on sight and we know them just like that. We don't need to sound them out. Sight words are good with fluency so that when we're learning to read, we don't have to sound out every word because some words we already know and have memorized, okay? So sight words are going to help us learn to read. So these are our 2 sight words. Can everybody tell me what this sight word is? Right here. You should know it just like that. This sight word is the. You should know it just like that. This sight word is, anybody? Can, like I can ride, okay? The, can, okay? You need to practice those words, and when you're reading at night with your mom or dad, if you see those words in the book, please point them out. Okay, last thing you're gonna do today is go back in here to your sight word section. And get out this. Okay, what I want you to do is trace the can, write it, circle it, write it down here. Okay, and then you can just color these in down at the bottom. All right, we need to be familiar with this word. And tomorrow we're going to read and color in the book that goes with this. Family fun. Okay, but we'll do that tomorrow. Today, you're just going to go ahead and do this. Now, I also want you to watch my video for Zoophonics. And I really, 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 really want your mom and dad to do it with you a couple of times so that they can learn and help y'all read at home. So this is actually kind of cool that they get to watch it and you get to watch it and you get to show them all your little sights and signals. Okay? All right, well, I will see y'all later. Bye.